Have you failed towards your goals and dreams? Or are you just afraid of failure? Yes, today I'm going to share with you ways on how to get back after failure. We've all at some point pursued goals and dreams, and we reached a point where we couldn't go any further, or we failed, or we got to the top and everything came crumbling down. So how do you really navigate these hard times? How do you really navigate failure? How do you get back up after life is knocked you down over and over and over again? What I always say is, first, go back to the drawing board. What am I talking about? What does it mean to go back to the drawing board? When you fail, what I want you to do is go and ask yourself, why have I failed? Or why did I fail? This is where everything starts. This is where you look at everything that's going on and ask yourself, why have I failed? What's led to my failure? Is it lack of experience? Is it I didn't put in enough time? What made me fail? You gotta ask yourself that question, and you gotta be raw and true to the answers that you come up with. Why did I fail? That's the first tactic. Tactic number 2. I want you to look for solutions. Start brainstorming on solutions on how to even get better. If you're pursuing that goal again, by the way, it's a beautiful Sunday morning. If you're pursuing that goal again, I want you to ask yourself, how can I overcome this failure? If I'm presented with the same situation, how am I going to handle it? And this is where you're going to have to dig really deep and do your research and find out what's the best way that I can really get back up after this failure. What are the possible solutions? What can I do? What can I improvise? Who can help me out? Who's been in the same situation before and has actually managed to overcome it? I want you to really think about this and realize that someone is been in your situation before. If you study all great achievers in life, you know one thing that's common? They all failed at some point. They all got knocked down. But guess what? They found that energy. They found that zeal. They found that enthusiasm to get back. And that's why I want to give you hope. When you failed, yes, it may not be easy, but you gotta look for ways in how to come back. And that's what's happened to all great achievers in life. They didn't have it easy. It wasn't a walk in the park. But guess what? They were able to fall down and go back up until they were able to succeed. The third tactic is a mindset shift. If you failed and you stay there, your goals will never ever come to fruition. And this is what someone said. Once you stop fighting for what you don't want, once you stop fighting for what you don't want will automatically take over. What does this mean? Let's say you wanted to lose weight. You started going to the gym. You put in the work. And then, because you didn't see results, you quit. You stopped going to the gym. You stopped eating healthy. You stopped doing all the things that were trying to get you to being healthy. What happens once you stop everything? you are going to go back to the status quo. You'll never be healthy again. You'll never reach that physique that you want to be on. That's why someone said, once you stop fighting for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. So realize, if you're beaten down by life, if you failed, and you don't fight your way back, you are going to stay in that same position. And that's why you have to really remember that once I stop going after my goals and dreams, once I stay down where I've been beaten, then this is where I'm going to stay. I'm never going to see my goals and dreams come to fruition. So what am I trying to say? You gotta find a way. You gotta do something after you failed, and make sure you don't stay there. Because if you stay there, that's where you're going to stay, and you're never gonna fulfill your full potential. You're never ever going to see your goals and dreams come to fruition if you stay exactly where you are. Next is, what do you do? How do you really get back up after failure? One thing I heard someone say is, everything you ever want to achieve in life, 99% of the time, someone has achieved it before. Someone is gone through your route. Someone has been in your footsteps. So what do you do then? Get a mentor. Get a mentor. Get someone who will help you maneuver those hard times. Help someone who will help you see a different perspective on your failure. And I know what you're saying, come, but I haven't got the money. I'm just probably going to need money to get a mentor. No, get a book. They've written a book somewhere. All these great achievers, they've documented their life. Go on YouTube. Go on Google. They've documented how they were able to go through their failures. They've documented how they were able to go through the challenges they faced, and especially when things go hard. So I want you to get an accountability partner who is going to help you see things from a different perspective, who's going to help you see things from a different angle, who's going to help you see things with a different mindset. But that's not going to happen if you fall down and give in the towel. So my challenge from me to you is, go ahead, find someone who's been in your same position and use them to help you be able to maneuver what it is that you are going through. By realizing that if you stay in that same position, nothing is going to change. If you stay in that same position, no one is coming to get you up. In fact, that brings me to my next point. How do you get back up when you failed? I'm here to remind you. Someone once said, the human spirit is so strong, nothing will ever beat, nothing will ever win the human spirit. So what am I saying? You got so much potential within you. It doesn't matter if you're at rock bottom. In fact, someone said the best place to be is at rock bottom, because once you get to rock bottom, you can get back up. Once you get to rock bottom, you can get all the energy to fight and get back up, unless if you throw in the towel. So I'm here to remind you that you got so much power, you've got so much potential within you that the human psyche cannot even begin to imagine. The human psyche cannot even begin to anticipate. Your spirit is stronger than anything that you could ever imagine on this planet. I don't know if you guys have heard this story, but I heard someone once say there was this lady who their son was stuck underneath a car. And guess what happened? They were able to lift that car up. Imagine, they didn't think, Oh, have I got the energy? No. It's like something took over from within. So what am I saying? There's something inside within you that's so strong that can overpower anything that you can ever begin to imagine. So those are the ways I wanted to share with you on how to get back up after failure. If you like this video, if you know someone who's going through a hard time, if you know someone who's failed, do me a favor, share this video and also comment and subscribe. And I'll catch you on my next YouTube video. It can be inspired, and like I'll always remind you, it's on you. It's on you to get back up when you failed. Come be inspired. Have a great day. I love you, my fans.